In Algebra 2, Section 5.5, we're dealing with completing the square. So it's another way for us to solve quadratic equations. And so we're going to start with the equation. I'm going to bring you through all the steps in order to complete the square. Basically, our goal is to get it so that we end up with a perfect square. A perfect square would kind of be, let me review. Okay, a perfect square would kind of be where you have two bubbles just like normal, except the number is the same. So -4, x minus 4. It's the same thing as saying x minus 4 squared. This is in fact a perfect square because both bubbles are the same. And we're going to take that and try to apply it to any problem. So the first step is to find what makes it a perfect square. So I'm going to take b, it says find 1/2 of b. So 4 divided by 2 equals, 4 divided by 2, so 1/2 is 2. Then I'm going to square the results of step 1. So 2 squared gives me 4. Alright? Now I have, this is what makes this whole thing a perfect square. Well, this -12 is in the way. So it wants me to move c to the other side, and then I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, instead of 12, I'm going to move 12. In order for me to move 12, I'm going to add 12 to both sides. Okay? I added 12 to both sides, and this is what I get. I put that space there because then I'm going to take step 2 and I'm going to add it to both sides. So my new problem is x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals 16. This will then be a perfect square, and we're going to go ahead and solve from there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to move it. Don't forget to pause and write that down. And I'm going to transfer it over. So x squared is our problem, plus 4x plus 4 equals 16. So once I have that, then I'm going to factor. And again, because I found the perfect square, I find two numbers, and they should be the same. Two numbers when multiplied together. So x squared plus 4x. Sorry, two numbers when multiplied together gets me 4, but when added together gives me 4. Is x plus 2. Do you remember that? Two numbers when multiplied together gets me the last number, added together gets me that number, and I get x plus 2 and x plus 2. They're exactly the same, and this is equal 16, so I'm going to bring down 16. So I end up with x plus 2 equals 16. X plus 2 squared, because there's two of them. Once I have that step, then I'm going to go ahead and solve it, and I'll show you how to solve it. X plus 2 squared equals 16. From here, we're just solving using regular algebra. The opposite of a squared is a square root, so I'm going to square root both sides, making this and this cancel out. So I end up with x plus 2 equals 4. Right? Sorry, plus or minus 4. And now I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So I end up with x equals plus or minus 4 minus 2. And remember, I have two answers that I need in order for to solve this. The first one is going to be, I'm going to take the positive. So the first answer I have is x equals 4 minus 2. Positive 4 minus 2. My second answer is x equals -4 minus 2, because we have to put that plus and minus. So my first answer, x equals 2. And my second answer is x equals -6. So my answer is 2 and -6. So those are the steps of completing the square. Go ahead and try one on page 272, number 2, and I will see you in class.